A family dinner builds a tighter family relations. Kids who has a family meal do better in school. And couples who eat together stay together. And sharing a meal is the most communal act that we can do. So, when you meet Korean, or doing a business, or you like to build a relationship, then just ask them out for a lunch, or any other matters. So, in Korea, for most of the companies, it is obligated to have a company meal together, but not during lunchtime, because in lunchtime you gotta work. So they do it in the evening after the work. It was okay until current generation. Current generations, they really want to go home. And especially nowadays, a lot of females have entered to a better career. And when the female, when they get married, they like to stay for their children. They want to go home. But it is still expected to have a company meal together. Now, this is another thing. Oh, somebody got to watch the time. Okay? This is another matters that many of us do not understand. The Koreans have a desire to conform. What binds Koreans? How significant is it to conform? Why is it so critical? And there are huge differences, the few of the differences that I like to point out. Many of us do not realize, all Koreans whom I see here, their English is great, so they must understand what I'm talking about and why I'm talking about. But this is one of the biggest differences. The Koreans are very homogeneous. I see many of my friends saying, oh, Mesoon, you know what? I met a Korean. Oh, is his name Kim? Oh, do you know him? Look at this. 22% of the Korean population is Kim. But there's 52 million populations. So Kim, Lee, Park, and Chung is more than half of the entire population, 4 last names. As you can see, it's a small peninsula. I have lived there for 5,000 years, and we had a custom of having last name much, much, much longer than any European had a last name. Europeans, until recently, they had, your last name was from your job or your town, where you're from, the son of so-and-so, but not actual family name. But for Korean, we had a long history of family heritage and also genealogy book. So if you're a Korean, you do not have to pay anybody for a genealogy because it is in the record. And only 1% of Korean population is categorized as Chinese. And you would think, is there any difference between Chinese and Koreans? Because they all look alike. So they're not a homogeneous country. So what does it mean being homogeneous? We are so proud of our heterogeneous, diverse population in the United States. But the Koreans, with 5,000 years of exclusive small peninsula, had a very homogeneous kin relationship. So refer one another as a relative or part of family. So they all call each other sisters or brothers or uncle or aunt, even if you do not have any blood relationship. Because they believe if you go a few generations up, somehow we are connected. And this shared heritage have a shared commonality, and the commonality is okay, but what I notice is they have a lot of shared assumptions. So when they communicate, they do not clarify what kind of assumptions they have had. So because of the habit of assumptions, when they speak to Americans, also still have assumption in the back. He or she must understand what I'm talking about, why I'm talking about. So when you talk to Korean or Asians, please clarify your understanding, what kind of assumptions that you have had to draw that kind of communication or conclusion. Now, because of the homogeneous community, and they conform and they do not value individuality or diversity as much as we do. Okay, so this is difference. And we do celebrate this individuality. And this is very important matters that I tell all Koreans and Asians. Right? Jesus died for me. That's what they say. But for me, I'm only daughter. But